Buenos dias, mi amigos. Bienvenido, Antigua, Guatemala. Got here last night at about 5 p.m. I was crook as a dog the whole bus trip, and I'm still feeling pretty shit right now. Fever, headache, pains in the stomach. I don't know what I got, but I've reached a dead end. I don't know what I've got, but it's absolutely busting me. But we're here at 5:30 yesterday afternoon. Instantly fell in love with this place. I cannot wait to show you this. I feel like I didn't even know towns like this existed. It's beautiful. So right now I'm gonna go get a coffee. I haven't had a coffee since I've been here, so let's go try and get a coffee at the Breakfast of Champions, and then we're gonna do a bit of a walking tour and try and explain a bit about Antigua, Guatemala. Coffee secured. It's coffee, that's for sure. I'm gonna head down to the market. Typical me fashion. I've already lost my slides, my cap, my travel adapter, and I've broken my sunnies. So let's go replenish the supplies. Heading home, charge my laptop so that I can actually do some editing, and let's go exploring.
Back with another history lesson from Burmo. It's time to jump straight into Antigua, Guatemala. Now, Antigua was originally founded in 1543 as Santiago de los Calabres de Guatemala. I probably butchered that, but that's what I've been told. And it was the capital city of the Spanish conquest in Guatemala. During this time, Guatemala and Antigua in general governed much of Central America, including parts of what we now know today as Belize, Mexico, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. So during the 16th and 17th centuries, Antigua was a massive administrative center, an economic center, and a religious center for all of Central America. So the Spanish built massive churches, monasteries, and palaces, some of which still remain, but mostly just as ruins due to a lot of the natural disasters through the volcanoes. Now, given its location in the world, Antigua has endured multiple devastating earthquakes. The most well-known was 1773, known as the Santa Marta earthquake, and it pretty much wiped out the whole city, which has been needed to be completely rebuilt. This natural disaster, this earthquake, it's then led to the relocation of the capital city to what is now Guatemala City. That was in 1776. However, and luckily so, Antigua has stayed a very popular city, which has reserved, a lot of its colonial feel, so to speak. Now, here's some interesting facts about Antigua, Guatemala. Now, the cobblestone streets and the colonial architecture, right? So the city is famous for its cobblestone streets. Majority of the cobblestone that lines the streets is actually recycled volcanic material from the volcanoes that surround the city. Antigua is surrounded with 3 volcanoes, which a lot of people will hike, and I've done so, and it was probably the best thing that I've ever done. These volcanoes are Agua, Fuego, and Atatunango. Now, Fuego is still active and erupts on a regular basis, like every 15-20 minutes. Another interesting fact is the coffee culture. So Antigua is renowned for its coffee production, right? So there's over 30 coffee plantations that surround the city, and the coffee is so good here because of the volcanic soil. So the altitude mixed with the volcanic soil make pretty much damn near perfect conditions for high quality coffee. And I can attest to this. Its coffee is banging. It takes Aussie coffee for a ride. And honestly, I would never ever drink black coffee, but here all I drink is black coffee. Now, one of the most important things to a colonial capital of the Spanish conquest, Antigua was the heart of the Catholic religion imposed by the Spanish during their conquest. The city became the key center for the Catholic Church, with numerous churches, monasteries, stuff being built during that time, as I said before. Now, the indigenous Mayan people were forced to convert to the Catholic religion, which has created this really weird blend of Christianity and traditional Mayan practices, which has now been known as syncretism, I believe it's called. I hope I don't butcher that. And it actually blew my mind. I've seen people, traditional Mayan ladies dressed completely in Mayan outfits, kneeling and praying in a Catholic church. It spun me out. Now, During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Protestant Catholic religion began to spread throughout Guatemala, creating a lot of tension between them and the dominant Catholic Church. While this movement was more prominent in rural areas, its influence also touched cities like Antigua. Now, it was during this time that the almost anti-religion take entered the city. Now, all around the city, you see mermaids, sculptures and paintings and whatnot, which really sort of blew my mind, because I know that in European mythology, mermaids represent a lot of dualities, so like beauty and danger, seduction, destruction, and sexuology, which is completely contradictory to what Catholic religion is supposed to represent. And honestly, I couldn't really understand the whole mermaid thing, but I'm taking it as like it's this beautiful symbol of the two different cultures coming together, and although that they're very different, they've created this thing that would just work. One other thing that was crazy to me here is the presence of Coca-Cola here in Antigua. Once Guatemala City, the capital, boomed into the city that it is today, Antigua experienced a lot of crime, with like bad eggs coming from the city and causing havoc. Now, in 2016, Coca-Cola sponsored the installation of public lighting all throughout Antigua, Guatemala. This sponsorship included the placements of Coca-Cola logos on all of the light posts and aiding in installation of full-time surveillance cameras throughout every single street corner in Antigua, which pretty much wiped out crime altogether and has led to Antigua becoming one of the most safe and livable cities of all of Central America. I was here for 3 days in Antigua and I absolutely loved it. It's a little bit more expensive than most of the Central American cities, but the culture, the vibe, it is absolutely beautiful and I could not recommend it anymore.
And that, friends, is the main city area of Antigua, Guatemala. I learned all that stuff through Harold, who I just done the tour with. If you ever here, do that, because it's like just a donation and you learn so much about the city. I fucking love this place, man. It's so cool. It's got such a sick vibe. It's calm but exciting. I just found an Irish pub, so I'm gonna go have a Guinness later. But got a little bit of admin to do this afternoon, and tomorrow is another adventure. If there's one thing Guatemala, probably solo travel in general, is teaching me, it's patience. Patience that plans don't go the way they're supposed to. Patience that trips don't happen on time. And patience not to lose my shit. People come into the hostel 2 hours in the morning screaming and turning the lights on. Josh 3 years ago would have punched someone last night. That's growth. 2 coffees deep. It's an absolute hurler of a day. Let's go check out these markets. Haven't seen the end of it.
Hello.
Football pitch. That's wild. Fucking butcher shop. There's meat hanging. It's so hot, dude.
No.
Oh, I did not know about that. Those markets are insane. It is so so claustrophobic in there. I have no idea how to play. It's like, it sort of makes me anxious in there. It's so crazy it is. I need a fruit break before I go back in. That big, huge cup of fruit was $1. That pineapple is banging. Watermelon, banging. Honeydew, banging. Cat secured with a $5. Mate, that place was like nothing I've ever experienced. I couldn't believe that they had raw chicken, raw beef, raw pork out, just like in the open. No refrigeration, no aircon, no nothing. Right next to where they're cooking, like where all the restaurants are. Oh my god, that was a culture shock. You could literally buy anything that you wanted in there. You could put a motorbike or anything that you wanted. Power tools, mopeds, clothes, food. Jesus Christ. I need a break after that. I have sensory overload. Whew. It's Friday, Arvo. I've been asking everyone today that I've been talking to. It's my last day here. What should I do? And everyone's told me the same thing. I'll get some beers and go up to Sierra de Cruz, I think it's called, and watch the sunset. It's a beautiful afternoon. Let's go drink some beers on the hill. I didn't expect it to be like this. Fucking blowing. Made it. Half a beer down. Pretty beautiful spot. This is a pretty well perfect way to wrap up the time here in the beautiful city of Antigua. I'll let the video finish with a little time lapse for the sunset. Lo siento for that awful time lapse. I didn't realise this place closed at 6. Still beautiful nonetheless. See you in the next one, homies.